The history of our planet is often written in fire, but the Chibanian chapter was forged in ice. Beginning approximately 774,000 years ago, Earth entered a phase of high-stakes biological warfare. This was not a steady freeze, but a violent oscillation. The glacial cycles lengthened to 100,000 years, locking the planet in a rhythm of deep freezes and brief, feverish thaws. It was the middle act of the Pleistocene, a time when the rules of survival were rewritten. If the previous epochs were a rehearsal, the Chibanian was the final performance. Only the most optimized organisms would endure. As the ice sheets expanded, they siphoned water from the oceans, dropping sea levels and revealing vast land bridges like Barinia and Sundaland. The result was the Mammoth Steppe, a biome unlike anything in our modern world. It was a cold, dry, endless grassland stretching from Spain to Canada. Here the sun provided light, but little heat. This environment was the stage for the greatest assemblage of megafauna the world had ever seen. It was a period of biological filtration. If a species could not adapt to the steppe tundra, it was erased. In this frozen arena, size became a survival strategy. Enter Mammuthus primigenius, the woolly mammoth. They were not merely large elephants, they were biological fortresses, with thick sebaceous glands beneath their skin and a coarse outer coat. They were insulated against the biting wind. Contrast this with Paleontoloxodon antiquus, the straight-tusked elephant, a giant even among giants, dwarfing the mammoth. Yet it was tethered to the warmer interglacial forests. While Mammuthus primigenius conquered the cold, Paleontoloxodon antiquus lived on borrowed time, thriving only when the ice retreated. Survival required more than just fur. It required energy efficiency. Observe Quelodonta antiquitatis, the woolly rhinoceros. Its existence was a constant calculation of calories. With a flattened nasal horn, it swept aside heavy snowdrifts to access the meager dry grass beneath. This was not a passive existence. The Chibanian demanded immense metabolic costs. Every gram of fat stored, every inch of horn grown, was a gamble against the coming winter. For Coelodonta antiquitatis, the specialization that saved it would eventually become its prison. The pressure extended beyond the plains. In the sky, Aquila Chrysatos, the golden eagle, mastered the art of versatility, hunting across open spaces and surviving through flexibility. Meanwhile, on the ground, the colossal Pachystruthio demanensis, the giant ostrich of Eurasia, took a different path. Weighing nearly half a ton, it traded flight for bulk. But in the freezing waters, the true masters of the cold emerged. Balaena mysticetus, the bowhead whale, and Phoca groenlandica, the harp seal, evolved to thrive amidst the sea ice, exploiting a niche where few competitors dared to follow. But the Chibanian was unstable. The climate did not just stay cold, it swung violently. Warm interglacial periods would suddenly melt the steppe, replacing open grass with dense forests and peatlands. This ecological fragmentation was the breaking point. Species like Pachystruthio diminucensis found their habitats fractured. The rapid shift from ice age to greenhouse conditions meant that specialization was a double-edged sword. To be perfect for one world meant being obsolete in the next. Then a new variable was added to the equation, a predator that did not rely on claws or fur, but on intellect and tools. Homo heidelbergensis and their descendants, Homo neanderthalensis. They controlled fire. They hunted in coordinated packs. For the megafauna, the threat was now twofold: a climate that destroyed their food source and a predator that exploited their weakness. The double whammy of environmental stress and human predation began to tip the scales toward extinction. logic of evolution is ruthless. Consider Megaloceros giganteus, the giant deer. The males grew antlers spanning nearly 4 meters to attract mates, a runaway sexual selection. But these antlers required vast amounts of calcium and phosphate. When the flora changed and the nutrient-rich forage declined, the cost of these ornaments became fatal. They could not maintain their display and survive the winter. Megaloceros giganteus is a testament to the fact that sexual success can lead to species failure. As the Chibanian closed around 129,000 years ago, the board had been cleared. The clumsy giants like Pachystruthio demanicensis were gone. The inflexible Paleoloxodon antiquus faded. But those who balanced specialization with adaptability, like Aquila chrysaetos, Lagopus muta, the rock ptarmigan, and the resourceful Homo sapiens ancestors, march forward. The Chibanian was the crucible that forged the modern biological world, leaving us with a lesson. In a changing world, it is not the strongest who survive, but the most adaptable.